Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something a bit different. We're not just looking at a party. We're basically dissecting a masterclass in event hosting.
Yeah, like a blueprint almost.
Exactly. Our mission is to zoom right in on the specific things, the ingredients, that take a normal get-together and turn it into something seamless, unforgettable.
And for this, we're looking at that Halloween party thrown by Ludacris and Eudoxie Bridges. Pretty spectacular by all accounts.
Right. And we've got some great insight here.
We do. We're pulling details from someone who was actually there, Toya Johnson. And her feedback is gold because she didn't just say she had an amazing time.
Which is good, obviously.
Right, but she specifically said the kids had a ball. And that dual success, pleasing the adults, the sort of A-list crowd, and making sure the kids had genuine fun, that's the tricky part.
That's what elevates it, you think, into something we can actually learn from.
I do. It suggests real strategy. This isn't just about, having a big budget.
No, it's about the choices they made. So we're going to pull out those details, the things that shifted this from just another party to what sounded like a Halloween dream come true. The idea is so that you, listening, can maybe see some high-level principles you could adapt, actionable stuff.
Yeah, how to create that sustained energy, that real fun.
Okay, let's get into this blueprint then. Where do we start? It has to be the vibe, the ambiance, right? The first impression.
Absolutely. Ambiance is like the promise you make to your guests the second they walk in, or in this case, maybe walk up.
Okay.
Well, the bridges clearly get that idea of scale and statement. What's really interesting is how they used the space. It wasn't all fussy little details inside. They went big outdoors.
Yeah.
Made the most of the yards, specifically around the pool.
Ah, okay. Using the landscape. And the props reflected that strategy too, didn't they?
Totally.
Because Halloween, it's such a visual holiday. You need things people can see from far away, right? To signal, party here. We heard about huge skeleton props.
Yeah, massive ones. And those big inflatable ghosts. Classic stuff,
Yeah.
but done large scale.
It sends a clear message. We're going all out. This is a celebration, not subtle.
Exactly. And that's key for a bigger event. Tiny, intricate decorations. They can get lost. People have to stop, squint.
Wasted effort sometimes.
Can be. But these big props inflatables, large figures, they give you instant atmosphere. They fill the space visually, communicate the theme right away. Pretty high ROI, decor-wise, minimal setup for maximal impact, kind of.
Okay, but hang on. Doesn't using big, maybe slightly cartoony props like inflatables, doesn't that risk looking a bit, I don't know, cheap? Especially for a high-end celebrity type event. Where's the sophistication in a giant blow-up ghost?
That's a fair point, and that's where the balance comes in. They paired that large-scale, maybe slightly less formal fun with something super focused and very polished for the digital age.
Okay.
Our sources specifically mentioned a detailed black and white bio-balloon backdrop. Now, that's not designed to fill the whole yard.
No, that's for the pictures.
Exactly. That's engineered for maximum impact in like a 4-foot square photo frame.
That's the Instagram moment you have to plan now, isn't it? If you're hosting anything memorable today, people need to leave with a great photo, something instantly shareable.
And the backdrop does the work. It's like functional art. Guests get their polished picture easily.
And the host gets this stream of, perfectly branded photos flooding social media. Win-win.
Right. So you blend the classic, huge, spooky stuff outside with these modern, super shareable, detailed moments. That combo really sets the foundation for the whole atmosphere.
Go big for the overall vibe, go detailed for the photos. Makes sense.
That's the principle, yeah. Signal big, capture small and sharp.
Perfect. Which kind of leads us naturally to the next visual layer, because once the scene is set, it's about the people in it, the costumes.
Ah, yes. The costume strategy.
Because this event seemed to handle a really wide range, from kids wanting to be cute princesses to maybe adults aiming for chic, not necessarily full-on monster.
And that's where you see the smart planning again. It felt inclusive. The party didn't seem to dictate one type of costume. We saw totally different vibes working together.
Like what?
Well, for the kids, you definitely had the fun traditional stuff. Stylish pink princess or fairy looks, cute black cats. Pure kid fantasy. Right?
Yeah, the classics.
But then you also saw kids who were seriously committed to the spooky side. The detail was apparently pretty intense, like full zombie makeup, blood effects, the works.
Wow. Okay, so they didn't shy away from the actual scary part of Halloween.
No. And that shows they respected the whole spectrum. Like, it was okay to be a pink fairy, and it was okay to look like you just climbed out of a grave.
Yeah.
No judgment either way.
That contrast probably keeps things visually interesting too, doesn't it? If everyone's just cute, maybe it feels a
A
bit.
bit one note.
Yeah.
Or like a tea party. And if everyone's terrifying, maybe the energy gets too dark for a family thing.
Right. Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting, I think, for the adults. The source mentioned Toya Johnson and her friends slayed in their coordinating black outfits. Coordination, not necessarily complex characters.
Yes, that detail about group coordination is actually uh, really sophisticated, I think. And it speaks to managing adult effort, maybe even stress.
How so?
Well, think about it. A lot of adults kind of dread figuring out a full, elaborate costume. It's effort. But they still want to look good, look intentional, fit the theme.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to be an odd one out.
Exactly. So by suggesting or maybe even just modeling a loose coordinating theme like chic, stylish black outfits, the host made it super easy for people, lowered the barrier to entry.
So you get this amazing visual result, these polished, unified group photos that look incredible, but without everyone stressing for weeks about finding the perfect werewolf costume.
Precisely. It's kind of genius in its simplicity. They basically gave the guests a simple framework to look amazing together, effortlessly.
Maximum style, minimum stress. I like it.
Yeah. It ensures everyone feels confident, included.
Hmm.
You know you'll look good, you know you'll fit the vibe, without a massive personal project.
Okay, so we've got the setting nailed with
Yeah.
that mix of big props and photo moments. We've got the guests looking great, whether they went cute, creepy, or coordinated chic. But aesthetics only get you so far, right?
The Y factor wears off.
Exactly. Once people are inside, they've taken their pictures. How do you keep that energy up? Because perfectly coordinated outfits don't keep a party going for hours.
No, they don't.
So we need to talk about engagement,
Yeah.
activities, and maybe the food details too.
Absolutely. The sustained fun, the real buzz that comes from people doing things, participating, not just standing around looking good.
Right.
And the energy here was apparently kept high with pretty simple communal stuff. The sources mentioned fun party games and specifically called out a lively game of tug of war.
Whoa, hang on. Tug of war. Seriously. That sounds messy and maybe a bit lowbrow for a fancy celebrity party.
Yeah, it does sound a bit unexpected, maybe.
Like, how do you do tug of war without potentially wrecking those nice black outfits or the whole sophisticated vibe? Is that risk worth it?
It's a really good question.
Yeah.
But I think the answer might be in the psychology of that specific game.
Okay.
Tug of war is super simple. Everyone knows how to do it. No complex rules. It's high energy, gets people moving, and crucially, it forces people to work together to physically connect. It kind of instantly smashes any social awkwardness.
Okay. So it's less about the game itself and more about the interaction it creates.
I think so. It generates that pure, maybe slightly chaotic, fun, real laughter, people cheering each other on, genuine unscripted moments.
Yeah, you can't really fake that.
Exactly. Some high-tech entertainment can be really passive or people do it individually. But a classic physical game like this, it gets everyone involved, kids, adults, together. And yeah, it probably produces amazing energy and, let's be honest, probably great action photos too.
Okay, I'm warming up to the tug of war idea now. It's about connection over pristine perfection.
Connection over sophistication, maybe. Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so moving from games, let's talk food, because that's always central. And the sources mentioned really detailed, creepy cuisine. This feels like where the effort level really ramps up again.
It does, and it raises that question. For a busy host, especially high-profile ones, isn't intricate custom food the first thing you'd maybe simplify? Like, what's the real payoff of a custom bat-shaped cookie versus just a nice, simpler dessert spread? Seems easier.
That's the trade-off, isn't it? But the details mentioned were specific. Cupcakes topped with little spiders and ghosts, cookies shaped like bats and spider webs. That's not just ordering generic stuff, that's custom work. Planning, logistics.
Definitely more effort. But the ROI here, I think, is purely emotional. It's about immersion.
How do you...
That level of detail in the food, it just elevates the whole experience. It takes the event from just being catered to feeling completely curated. It's like the final touch that reinforces the theme everywhere.
So even the smallest detail, like a spider on a cupcake, sends a message.
Yeah, it tells every single guest, even the kid grabbing a cookie, wow, they thought about everything. This whole experience was designed, down to the garnish.
It signals commitment. Like, if they cared this much about the tiny details on the food, you can probably trust that the bigger things, safety, comfort, drinks, music, were also handled meticulously.
It's a powerful nonverbal cue,
Yeah.
right? It builds confidence in the overall hosting.
So when you pull it all together, the dedicated photo spot, the simple but super engaging game like tug of war breaking the ice, and these incredibly detailed themed desserts, it really does paint a picture.
It does. It reinforces that assessment that Ludacris and Eudoxie really understand how to throw a top-tier event for everyone, friends and family. They deliver that memorable time by thinking about both the big picture and the tiny touches.
Yeah, the scale and the micro detail. And what's interesting, too, is that this high level of execution, it doesn't seem like a one-off for them.
No?
Well, we know they put effort into celebrations generally. They were noted for their 6th wedding anniversary celebration, too. It suggests this kind of thoughtful, strategic event planning is just how they operate. It's consistent.
Right. Which reinforces the idea that the success isn't just about spending money. It's about strategic effort. Where do you put the focus?
Scale for the ambiance.
Simplicity for the engagement.
And detail for the immersion.
Exactly.
So, okay, let's wrap this up. What's the core takeaway here for you, the listener? It seems the recipe for a really successful party, even a big fancy one like this, relies on strategic choices. You need that engineered photo backdrop moment. You should encourage diverse costumes, but maybe offer an easy, chic option for adults, like the coordination idea.
Right. Don't forget the wow factor from detailed catering, if you can manage it. And maybe, most importantly, choose simple, physical, high-energy activities that actually get people connecting.
Yeah, the takeaway isn't necessarily go buy giant skeletons.
No, it's think about scale and focus in your decor.
And it's not you need famous friends.
It's you need engagement that makes everyone feel included, active, maybe even willing to get a little messy.
Love it. Okay, so let's leave you with a final thought to chew on, based on everything we've discussed from the sources. They clearly put strategic effort into details for both kids, the zombie makeup, the games and adults, the coordinated outfits, the photo ops.
Right, a lot of careful planning there.
So which single element do you think was the real secret ingredient here for making it such a memorable time? Was it the chaos and connection of that lively tug-of-war game? Or was it the feeling of personalized luxury from those detailed spider-topped desserts?
The high-energy connection, or the immersive, detailed theme? Good question.
Something to ponder until our next deep dive.